What would I be doing without magic? I'll have a better answer for you then. It takes longer, but it's more personal. Okay, and we're back. We are back once again on this lovely Thursday morning. What is going on, podcast? Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all staying safe. And I hope you're all free and doing stuff as well, man. Welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast. Episode, that's right, 58. If you've been with me since day one, pat yourselves on the back right now. We're on 58 episodes. I'm taking it one step at a time, but we're doing amazing, guys. So thank you very much. I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? Grateful that you guys still tune in. And if you're new, welcome aboard. Hop onto this ride because I have no idea where it's going. But we're currently here, 14 minutes past 7 on a Wednesday morning. We're on the 19th of May. It is sunny outside. Should I do a Weatherman Rick? I will do a Weatherman Rick because I've done my blinds again like last week, but I can see through the little parts of it. It's a clear blue sky and the sun is out. I'm not complaining because it has been so bad, the weather, the past week, except yesterday was nice. So yeah, we need this now in the UK for May. US, if you're listening thinking UK, you're always raining. That's true, we're always raining, but when the sun comes out, trust me, all the Brits get happy. It's a fun fact. Also shout outs to someone in Canada, I believe, listened to the podcast as well, so shout outs to you as well. I think British Columbia or something like that. Yeah, I've got a couple of things actually. Do you know, I normally say the topics and stuff, but I've got a couple of things that I just want to get out of my head before I jump into some topics. I've totally forgotten what it is now. I've forgotten what one of them is. Alright, so the first one is, okay, I've remembered now. First one is, I'm watching a TV show called Invincible, an animated one. It's on Amazon Prime. I'm halfway through. I think it's amazing. Once I've finished the whole series, I might do a review on it, either on my vlogs or a separate YouTube video, or I might talk about it on the podcast, who knows. But yeah, and the second thing is, for some reason, I made a YouTube Shorts, I think last Saturday or something like that. I uploaded it last Saturday. Excuse me, it's still early. Yeah, it got like 330 views or whatever. I don't know how that popped off. It's literally like a 46-second video, and I titled it "I'm tired of podcasting?" ? I don't know how it got 336 views, but if you were one of them that viewed it, you know, hats off to you, thank you. I've never got a video up to that much views since like Card to Wear, which was like 5 years ago, and Ricky2ra 2015, which is just elite. So yeah, thank you to everyone who did watch that YouTube Shorts. If you haven't, check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. It's Ricky2ra, RICKY, the number 2RA. Yeah, that was kind of surprising because I didn't check it until like a day or two later, and I was thinking, what the hell's going on here? But for some reason it just popped off a little bit, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my mind. I'm not as tired as I was last week, but I'm like, before I hit record on the podcast, I was literally like just having a bit of coffee, and I was watching a few YouTube videos as well, because one of the topics, which the first topic that I'm going to get out of the way, which I will tell you in a second, it's kind of ongoing, the topic, so I've literally just watched a few YouTube videos on it now to see what the update is. But yeah, otherwise, I hope you guys are, especially in the UK, I hope you guys are enjoying the ease of restrictions from this Monday, yeah, from the 17th. So yeah, I haven't actually been out anywhere yet. You know, living that shop life, I've explained all that before. But you know, hopefully I do want to in the next week or so, but we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys have been enjoying it. You know, you know, like cinemas, bowling, theatres, whatever you want to do, restaurants, so pubs even. So yeah, I hope you guys are having fun, but staying safe at the same time as well. But yeah, let me jump in to the four topics, and we have got magic in these topics. We're talking about magic in a couple of them. So yes, because I left it out. I left it out last week, and it was nice just to have a bit of a change. But you know what? I thought I'd bring it in, and we didn't do it one time. We did it two times. So it was so nice I had to do it twice. Okay, so the first topic that we're talking about is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Now that was the one that I was talking about, where I was watching a few YouTube videos on, because it's ongoing. Second one, what would I be doing without magic? That's an interesting one. Third is the new normal, and fourth, a vital topic. Excuse me, guys. I'm so tired. I don't know why. Even though I said I'm not tired. Anyway, let's just forget I said that. And the fourth one is stage magic or close-up magic. I'm going to go, a little bit more into that, because I know I may have touched on that before. Right, so yeah, before we jump into the first topic, I'm doing this, literally it's 7:20 in the morning now. I'm doing this podcast an hour later because my schedule's changed again. So, that's probably why, because normally in the episodes, not last week but the episode before, I'm in the shop, I'm moving about, I'm filling stuff, and then I normally do my podcast. By that time I'd already drank my coffee and stuff, so that's why this time I'm just straight up doing the podcast. So that's why I'm probably yawning a little bit, and my voice sounds a bit cracked maybe, and that's why I'm holding my cup of coffee, and that's why I'm yawning. So I apologise, but I'm still adjusting to this. Okay, but I'm not as tired as last week. I know I said I was super tired, but that's because I yawned. But I'm not as tired as last week, I promise. But I will be taking sips of my coffee through this. I tried to get as much as I could before I click record. But you know what? You guys don't even care about that. Let's go into the first topic, which is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. So boxing fans, here we go. This one's for you. Okay. So what in the world is going on? What is happening with Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury? So I'm going to hit it from stage one until the current stage that we're on now. So stage one basically was Anthony Joshua defeated that Kurav Pulev. Tyson Fury defeated Deontay Wilder. So Pulev was defeated in December 2019. Wilder was defeated in, I think it was like January, February 2020. Did I say Pulev was was it 20? No, it wasn't. Sorry, I got my dates mixed up. Pulev was defeated in December 2020. Wilder was defeated in like January, February time. I'm sure it was February time, 2020. So they both fought in the same year, except Joshua's was more recent compared to Tyson Fury. So that was out of the way. Now, between then, Joshua defeating Pulev until probably about a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last month, there's been negotiations and stuff have been put in place for a unification fight between Joshua and Fury. And now we didn't know when it was going to take place, and most importantly, we didn't know where it would take place. So that was a big factor in everything, and people were saying, oh, it should be in Wembley and stuff like that, but the conclusion that it was in is that it was in Saudi Arabia, where Joshua had previously fought Andy Ruiz. And yeah, so that's that. And then fans were thinking, okay, so if it's there, what's the date? And Eddie Hearn just literally announced, like, not even messing about, like 3, 4, 5 days ago maybe, that it was August the 14th, which is literally in less than 3 months. Yeah, less than 3 months. So that's that. Now boxing fans are happy because this is the fight that makes sense. There's no other really big exciting fights other than this one. Plus it's for all the belts and to unify them as well. So everything seems fine. Everything feels great. August 14th, Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, let's go. Now, since yesterday, the 18th of May, news is in that Deontay Wilder has won some sort of, I forgot the actual word for it, so I'm just going to make my own up. The actual like court contract agreement between him and Fury that they agreed to a third fight. So apparently he was appealing for that or something like that, and he won. Don't take my word 100% on that. I'm just trying to get my facts together, but I may or may not be right on that. But he's won something, right? An overturning on something to have a third fight with Tyson Fury. So now Tyson Fury has to fight Deontay Wilder by September time this year, 2021. So what does that mean? That means that Wilder has literally stepped in between Joshua and Fury, being like, nah man, me and Fury had a deal, we need to fight again. So first of all, I think on behalf of the UK, I think everyone hates Deontay Wilder at this moment in time because we want to see an all British clash. Even if it's in Saudi Arabia, it's still, if the fight's going ahead. Second of all, I believe Wilder will only step aside if he gets a certain amount of money to step aside from Fury or his team. And I believe, because I watched a YouTube video just before I started the podcast, I believe that Tyson Fury on his story said that Deontay Wilder wanted $20 million to step aside. And Fury said, what a joke, I'll guess I have to crack his skull again, or have a crack at him again, or something like that. That's what he put on his story that I've just seen on YouTube. So yeah, that's funny. So it kind of seems like Fury's unpredictable anyway, so he'll just go in any direction. But it's weird because if he has to fight Wilder by September and he's fighting Joshua in August, there's no way like between now and then he can fight Wilder. So it's a very tricky one to see. Now I've watched different reports on different channels and stuff saying that Tyson Fury could possibly give up his belt, his WBC belt, and vacate it and then he can still fight Joshua, and then maybe Wilder and whoever else is, so it most likely will be Dillian Whyte, so Wilder and Dillian Whyte to fight for the vacant WBC belt. So that can create a fight between them. That'll put Wilder's eyes on that prize, and then if Wilder wins, he could get his belt back. Or if Dillian Whyte wins, which he's been waiting for years for that, then he gets that. But anyway, that's one match aside. That kind of steps that away, and then Joshua and Fury can still have their fight, and whoever wins that wins it. And then they can go on to face either Wilder or Whyte for that final belt. I believe they're the only ways. I don't know what other ways there are. I haven't looked into it. I haven't done my research into other ways. They're the only two things that I can see that I've done research on as well. Now, Eddie Hearn put out a little news briefing on what's going on, and he said that on his side everything was fine, and on Tyson Fury's side apparently his promoter said that this won't be an issue with Deontay Wilder, as they've agreed and sorted something out so that this fight can happen between Joshua and Fury. So obviously that was not true, because this has now happened. So Eddie Hearn is still hopeful that this fight will go the way it is going to go, but if it doesn't, they'll have to activate plan B and C. I'm quoting Eddie Hearn there. So well, if that doesn't happen and plan B, like Eddie Hearn said, maybe Fury has to fight Wilder in a third fight. That will most likely be in America. Frank Warren said that. And then it could be Joshua and Usyk, because Usyk is mandatory to one of the belts. You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing a fight like that, but when you know when you've heard and you know it's confirmed that Fury and Joshua fight, which is like up here, and then it's like it's not happening, it's facing Usyk, and like now it's down there, it's like it's not the same anymore. Like if they announced the Usyk fight first, then it would have been like, oh yeah, that would have been a good fight, and then after that they announced the Fury fight, then it would have definitely excited fans. But going from that level, from Fury Joshua to Usyk and Joshua, it's not as exciting. But I understand if that has to happen because of one man, and that is Deontay Wilder. But what can you do? So yeah, that's all I've got on this topic at the moment. I was planning on, like last week, talking about it normally, but there's this added stuff in now that I've had to update myself with. I've had to explain all of this now. So my question for you guys, for the boxing fans, is will the fight take place on the 14th of August between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury? Because bearing in mind, in Saudi Arabia, them man are building another stadium for this fight to happen. So imagine how messed up that'll be if they keep getting put on hold, or if they build a stadium and the fight don't even happen. So that will be very interesting to see what happens there. But in my personal opinion, if you want my opinion from it, I hope that the Joshua and Fury fight will happen, and I don't want anybody to vacate a belt. I want to see a great fight and the winner takes all. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no like, oh, I'm going to vacate this belt so he can, no. I don't want any of that. As a boxing fan, I want all the belts on the line and the best man wins. That's it. Because I don't want to see a Wilder versus Fury fight anymore. Fury absolutely sparked him out. And I don't want to see really an Usyk and Joshua fight, because this fight has already been announced, the Fury Joshua one. So I don't want to, my excitement's just going to go all the way to the floor. Like, it's not even going to be as exciting. I want to see this fight with everything on the line, and plus the press conferences will just be amazing. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What do you think? Do you think it'll go ahead? Or if it doesn't, who do you think each fighter should face? If there's anybody else in mind apart from the fighters that I named before, let me know, guys. Okay. Right, let's jump into this second one. Now, this second one's very interesting. I haven't written many notes. I've wrote a few bullet points on it, but I'm going to try and go on it at the top of my head on this. Okay, and the title is, What Would I Be Doing? What would I be doing without magic? Now, this is very interesting, and I can't really remember if I've touched on this in the podcast episodes before. And if I have, I don't think I've really dabbled into it as much. So, Ricky, what would you be doing without magic? Um, Now I'm gonna be very truthful for you. With magic, I love magic. It's my passion. I've made money in the past from it. I enjoy doing it, and I would do it for free, like I've said before. Now, what would I be doing without it? The first thing that I put is I'm not sure, because it's a passion that I found very early on as a 13-year-old boy. Um, so if I didn't fight, if I, what would I be doing without magic? I really don't know, because if I hadn't found a passion, then I would mainly be looking for something that I like. Now, I don't know what that would be, but I'm going to go through a few different scenarios with you that have happened so far in my life, but could still happen if I didn't, discover, or if I didn't have magic in my life. I might have found something else, and I might have gone to uni. That's right, I did not go to uni. Um, I actually dropped out of sixth form as well. So I did 1 year of sixth form, and then I dropped out. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, maybe I might not have, like, it didn't have an impact, magic, but it had. It was in my mind back then that magic was in my mind, and I wanted to do that. So I didn't drop out on purpose just to do that. It just wasn't for me. So maybe now this is gonna go into something else that makes sense to why I dropped out sixth form, is because I did an apprenticeship, right? So this could possibly be the way that I could have gone if I didn't do magic, right? Because I was doing gigs at the side, in when I was working in the shop after that. But when I was working doing an apprenticeship, I was doing it in IT. Now the reason why I bring this up is because I might have gone a bit further into that if I didn't work in the shop and I didn't do magic. So yeah, magic was a big goal for me, but if it wasn't there, I might have gone into IT. So I worked at school. I was like a technician kind of thing as well for computers and stuff like that. A few networking stuff here and there as well. So I might have dabbled into that. I might not even be doing this whole YouTube thing. Like, I might have just been behind a desk or like fixing computers and stuff like that. So there's an exclusive for you guys. I might have gone into IT, or if I didn't drop out of sixth form, I may have gone to uni. And I really like filming and stuff like that as well. So I might have done something with filming or editing, something like that. I'm not sure. But the other thing is that I might have just worked in the shop. Like, if me dropping out of sixth form, doing an apprenticeship, and then working in the shop after that, I might just be working in the shop like full time, like without magic anyway. So I wouldn't be doing this. Like right now, I'd probably be in the shop. So the answer to all of that is I'm not sure what I'd be doing without magic. There's different scenarios out there. I'd probably make a living off IT, or I'd probably be making a living working in the shop full time. I might still be at uni. So there is no real answer about that. Or I might still be trying to find something I'm passionate about. Really, maybe I might be filming or doing editing for people. I'm honestly no idea, because I found magic so early on. But there are just a few different scenarios that I've worked up, really. And it was a hard one to think about, actually, because magic's been in my life the whole time since I discovered it. Like, the goal had always been to get a TV show, or just to make a living off magic and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's a weird one, thinking about how life would go, because the gigs and that wouldn't be there, and me practicing wouldn't be there. So in all them hours and years, I don't know what I'd be doing, really. I'd probably be working in a job, and like I said, it'd probably be shop, or not uni, in IT somewhere. So, but I found something that makes me happy. I found something that I'm very passionate about, and I found something that I'll do forever, for the rest of my life, whether it makes me money or not. So I'm very happy about that. That I've found it, really. Oh, guys, I've hit a red light on my camera, so it's alright. I'm still gonna go though, because it does take a while for it to go off. But um, that's it. That's it. That's the short and sweet answer, because I'm not 100% sure really. Like, I have put bullet points, but I haven't really fully thought about it. I probably would take a career path, and I probably wouldn't have gone to uni because I felt like that wasn't for me anyway. So I'm more of a practical person, so I would have found something else to do anyway, whether it would be intern somewhere, or maybe do like yeah, probably intern, or get like a day job, and then find something else that I'm passionate about. Like, it could have gone either way. That's why I'm thinking of different scenarios, but I'm gonna keep that one nice and sweet, really, and jump into the next topic, because that's the thinker, that one. But yeah, the third topic is the new normal. Now, what do I mean by the new normal? Well, I mean after COVID, like post COVID. What is going on? Because we're still in it. We're not fully out yet. And I'm talking about, like, if I'm performing at gigs again, will I have to wear a mask? Will people have to wear masks and stuff like that? I believe at the start we will, but over time we won't. Meaning, as in, like, it's an option to wear masks if you want, but there has to be large crowds. Like, I've seen at the football again, they're starting to get fans back in and stuff. Like, there has to be some sort of large crowds, and you can't not social distance in large crowds. So you have to, eventually get over the fact that, you're going to be next to people, and sometimes there are going to be people coughing and shouting and stuff. Like, you just have to get over it. But the main thing is that if everybody's vaccinated and everybody's tested, it makes everything a lot safer. And personally, stuff like barbers and stuff and other things, I prefer the bookings, like appointment wise. I know for my barbers, like, I just book an appointment and I'm there now. Like, before, I used to drive and then wait inside for a little bit until it's my turn to go to my barber inside. But now I just book through a button, and boom, I'm there and I'm seen to straight away. So in that sense, I like it as in the new normal. Like, I'm sure a lot of businesses would go through bookings now rather than walk-ins. And plus, it saves a hell of a lot of time as well. But I understand walk-ins are for emergencies as well, so I wouldn't be fussed if a walk-in option was still there, but at a specific time. So if somebody walked in, it'd be like, yo, I've got a slot at this time, and then you can do it through there. But yeah, that's a good thing that I've liked, actually, during this time. I know a lot of people have had to do it that way as well. But stuff but only for certain businesses it'd work for now. Like, for pubs and stuff, I don't feel like it'll work. Obviously during this time it will, because obviously you still need to keep a certain amount of people in the pub, but over time, like, a pub's is something that you just walk into and have a drink anywhere, and same with bars and stuff as well, and restaurants, unless you just want to make a reservation. But yeah, that's what I feel like the new normal is going to be like anyway. Time limits, I don't know about time limits. I'm a slow eater at restaurants, so I don't know if a time limit will be the best, but I know now there are certain time limits on tables and stuff, but I'm not sure about that. It will be a new year, a new way of living, but we'll get used to it, and that's the main thing, man. Like, this new normal, like, I haven't been out as much, and I know I will do in the next month or so, especially when more things loosen and stuff, and like when concerts and stuff come back and things like that. and I'll be gigging again and stuff. So yeah, I'll have a better answer for you then on what I feel. But these are just not predictions, but things that I'm thinking about, as in like the new normal, because we will get used to it and we'll be thinking, well, what was different to this and this before? So they're just my thoughts on that as well. So let's jump in to the final topic. And yeah, this one's it's a nice one to end with. Oh man, I need to get that stretching, man. Oh, I'm finally waking up now. This one's a good one. Stage magic or close-up magic? And yeah, it's I have touched upon this. I do remember, but I can't remember what from. But personally, for me, I prefer close-up magic. But stage magic is actually quite exciting, and it's still new for me as well. Um, I love stage magic, even though I've done it like 2-3 times. I've enjoyed it so much, and I'm gonna add a Zoom option in here as well. I've only done the Zoom one once, but that was actually quite exciting. I was scared so much, but it was quite exciting actually, and it's actually a different version of stage magic as well if you think about it, because all eyes are still on you rather than people being in front of you. And if you think about it, stage magic in real life is still you in front of people that are watching you, as compared to close up where people are just all around you and you can literally just touch people and say, oh, put your hand out like this, and I put cards like, yeah. Close up is more personal, but stage is like all eyes on you. You can show all the people. So if you're at a booking and you'll be like, yo, I'm gonna do stage magic for like 20-30 minutes, like your whole audience, whoever's there, everyone at that hall will be able to see the magic. Rather than close up is, it takes longer but it's more personal, and you'll go up to a few people and do that, but it depends on what time you're there at and if you can get around all the people as well. So yeah, for me it's close up magic. But for any magicians that are listening, like, let me know, would you prefer stage or close up, or Zoom is the new option as well. But if any one of you want to test it out, whether you're a magician or not, go to events and shows, or if you see me at an event or a show, if you either see me doing stage or close up, let me know what you think as well. If I am performing again this year, you guys will be the first to know about this. But guys, I'm going to cut this one short this week because my camera is literally about to die now. So, but yeah, personally for me it's close-up magic. But so I'd like to just thank everyone this week for listening. I really do appreciate every single one of you that have tuned in this week. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next week.